being addicted to a certain body part, building up a fetish around it to the point where you have a type of relationship with it is very physically low, meaning it's very animalistic. So even outside of the realm of Jewish philosophy, if you're just somewhat of a spiritual person, if you're somewhat of an intellect, if you believe that humans have a divine spark, meaning we're more than just an animal, we're more than just a gorilla humping in the wild. If you believe that we're meant for something more special, something more divine, by behaving that way, that habit of masturbation, you're essentially pulling yourself back to a very animalistic state. It's the same thing I say about the obsession that our society has with the size of your genitalia. I always found that so baffling. You know, just a few hundred years ago, at least in the times of the Romans, when they had statues of naked men with small packages. Why was that? Back then it was understood that intellects didn't have big packages. Now, obviously we understand these days that there's not necessarily a correlation, but it shows you that what we idolize as a society speaks to our level on the intellectual and spiritual totem pole. Meaning to say, if we're in a society that obsesses over the size of the male penis, then that tells you that we're in a society that has something to a certain physical low. We're not so spiritual. We're not so intellectual. We're not so intelligent in that sense. See what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm explaining this well, but how unique we want to be as humans, how divine, how elevated we want to be as humans, as a society, is up to us and our behavior. If we obsess over the size of the male package, or if we celebrate and promote the notion of beating your meat 5 times a week and building fetishes around parts of the human body, that simply lowers us to a more physical and animalistic level. And by the way, it's not just male. The obsession of female body parts and the clothes that they sell these days to accentuate certain parts, the butt, the chest, but not just that, the obsession around it, the fact that it becomes mainstream and fashion. That is a testament to a certain degraded state of society as a whole. So for me, when I analyze that, I just think to myself, how animalistic do I want to be? Or how godly and spiritual do I want to be? The notion of carving out time of your day to pleasure yourself by masturbating using a part of your body doesn't feel very godly, it's certainly very animalistic and very physical. For some, that might mean absolutely nothing, and I respect that. Or I could say I understand that. But for me, it means something.